We're still doing UU Plus. We're still doing private lessons. We're still doing all these other things. We're actually doing more stuff because now with Kanile'a, like they're they're building us a new site. They're so that we can just kind of our site's super old, so we just need to update everything. I think that's like the first step to just kind of refreshing Ukulele Underground. But at the same time, as far as creative control, it's still us,
right?
It's just what we would have done had we had the resources.
Yeah,
that's basically all it is. So now Kanile'a is here, which is our main resource. They have instruments, they have players, they have artists that that we can dip into and whatever. So it's great. It just makes sense. But as far as like ownership, they definitely own it. We're still we still own a little bit, but at that point, I think it's just creative control. Like we still do what we feel like we should do, and they respect that, and they're just like, we know that you guys know what you're doing, so just keep doing keep doing that, and we'll just kind of, if they want to do something new, then we'll try it out or whatever. That's it, really, So it's just, yeah, it's the same like Mayans, like still doing Ukulele Underground, but just with more help. That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. It's like
and without Ryan.
And without Ryan. So that's like the biggest loss
is
that Ryan's not there, but he's killing it, doing his thing. So.
Oh, what happened to?
Ryan's doing he's doing an NFT project, so he's doing that kind of stuff, and he had a ramen project for a little bit.
Oh, nice.
He was doing ramen videos on YouTube. He did well in that too. He might have been the guy. He might have been the secret ingredient.
Is there any less, motivation in terms of like that struggle when you need to?
No, I think it's more now, because like now we're like responsible for stuff, because back then when it was us, if we did something wrong, it only really affects us.
Yeah, so it's like whatever.
But now it's more like we're more motivated because we don't want to let them down.
Yeah,
because they basically like picked us up and said like, oh, we believe in you guys.
Their investment ensures like the longevity of what you built in the first place.
So I think that's it, and for them it makes sense, because we've been Kanile'a since like I can remember, since we first met Joe, and the transition was super easy, just because we were all Kanile'a anyway.
That's
so
good.
It made sense, That's,
did a couple handshakes.
Yeah, right. that was it. Just signed, just made it official. Really, that's all it was.
I would almost be down for somebody to come in and just buy this, and I just come into work and do my thing, but I don't have to worry about bills anymore.
They take care of.
Because I like my job. I just don't like having to worry about making ends meet or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. So now we don't got to do that.
Yeah.
All that, like Aaron was doing, like all the taxes and all that, like that side of everything.
You get to let go of that.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't want me doing it, so he wanted to do it correctly, so I wasn't gonna do it. But now, like, it just streamlines everything so that we can basically concentrate on contents, which is great. So now we're doing stuff like we just filmed with Matt. Like we're planning all these all these things to just make the subscription like worth whatever people pay
Matt
for.
Dahlberg.
Not that it's not, Yeah, Matt Dahlberg. He's So I think we're gonna sell that on the shop. So they built us a shop, and we're like
really.
We're selling like
no, it's just like a
like an online
part of the
shop.
website.
Yeah, part of the website. So we have an online shop. Sorry, shop.ukulele underground. Yeah, shop.ukuleleunderground.com. People can like buy ukuleles there. Like if they want to, they can buy like.
That's
lessons.
still really nice.
Yeah, you can like purchase like individual, courses if they want to, instead of signing up for like the service. So there's all these things that we would never think of, So that's like the cool thing, that we now have like new input of what could make this thing better, because if it's just us, we were just gonna do the same thing for like the past 15 years that we've been doing.
Broken.
Yeah. So
when somebody signs up with, it's like over 10 years of videos. Do they just automatically get all that content?
Yeah. So they get everything that we've done for the past 15 years, like everything. So it's just the subscription. It just gets you through the gate, and once you're in there, UU Plus has everything. Plus, I do 2 private lessons every month for every member. You can book 2 15-minute private lessons. So that's like on top of like what you're getting already. So there's lots of
You're busy,
reasons to do it, huh?
You're busy.
it keeps me busy, but there's like limited slots, so I'm only there like Mondays and Tuesdays from I believe 9 to 4 o'clock, and 15-minute slots. So
One after
I
the
just
next.
But so if you're in there, if you sign up, you can sign up twice. But if you miss the if you miss the window to do it, then you're gonna have to wait till next month. It's just first come first serve thing. But that's added value. We just want to make it worth it. We're so paranoid. We're from like Hawaii. We're like, do people want this? Like, would people pay for this? Like, are we good enough? Like, we're always kind of paranoid.
That's how I've always felt about like those kind of things too. But I think you were shown the answer to that like a decade ago or something.
No, but that's just how we are. Like, we're country bumpkins, man. Like, and I think we were just talking about this. Like, people's perception of us, like, people feel like we figured it out, or we honestly don't. Like,
Well, I don't remember anybody doing online ukulele courses at the time you guys popped up and did that.
Yeah, I mean, we were figuring out as we went. We like to see around the office, like, we're just throwing stuff on the wall and see what sticks, and that's been our motto, not necessarily motto, but just our way
How
of
did
doing
you
things.
how did you start?
Are we doing the podcast now?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even know. They were just conversing. How do we start? Well, we started. Ryan and I were playing together. So Ryan was actually my original guitar player, and
since high school.
Since high school.
Yeah.
I met him at like the Waimea Town celebration over on Kauai, and he had his band, and they picked me up as an ukulele player, and we've been playing music together. We had other bands and stuff, but when we moved up here in Oahu, we were going to continue on this band together, and he was working in a tech company, because you see that's kind of what he does, and he said, well, this tech media company that we're doing wants to do ukulele lessons, and Aaron has produced like this kung fu film like in high
just
school,
like with my friends. Yeah.
and Ryan remembers like, oh, we can have Aaron film it, and you guys can do like lessons for this site called iamhawaii.com. So we started doing it, and in the comments section, people were just congregating on every single video of like what they want to see next or whatever. There's honestly maybe like 10-15 people, but we're just like, man, look at all these comments and we don't want to let them down, so we just kind of kept going. And I'm Hawaii decided to shift away from from these videos, and they wanted to do like kind of this bridge between Japan and Hawaii kind of thing, and so they're like, okay, we're gonna drop all the videos. So we're like, oh no, we're gonna let these people down. Like, we're no longer gonna have like a place to put our videos, and from that, Ryan and Aaron were like, okay, why don't we just make our own thing? So they actually like talked about it themselves. They're like, Aldrine's kind of, maybe we'll find someone else to do it. It's the real story.
What?
And like they had other choices and stuff, including one Imua Garza. Like, there's all these people like that they were thinking.
We're thinking of hitting up.
I was
Imua,
not
but...
first choice. I was actually last to join the team. So if you guys
no, but
can believe it.
Aldrine was already doing like,
Yeah.
We already knew what he could do.
Mhm.
But yeah.
So
But you were like, you were thinking of doing like actual education.
Yes,
right?
yes. I was in school to be an elementary school teacher. That's kind of what I went to school for, and and that's why my teaching style is always like that same kind of approach. Is because I felt like if I can teach, say, like a third or fourth grader how to do this, then a 5th, 6th, 7th adults, 40, 50, 60-year-old should understand what or should learn the same way, at least a little bit of what like a third grader can do. So if I just approach that that teaching the same way, that's it right there. That's the formula. So
No wonder.
yeah, that's kind of how I started doing stuff, and I remember one of the very early episodes of Ukulele Underground, or I'm Hawaii, was when we did with Marcus over at Diamond Head Cove. Was that I'm Hawaii?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so we had our my friend Aiko Yamashiro like helping us out, because I'm like, I don't know how to do this, and we were teaching my song Loud Phrases, and it goes like, I'm like, how do I teach the strum? Because I can teach the chord, but if they don't get that feel, like, how am I supposed to do this? And she's like, why don't you break it down like exactly like the strum, and like, okay, so down, up, jump, up, down, jump, up, down, up, chunk, up, up. Thus, like, you know, that we coined for Ukulele Underground the term chunk, and like, and this whole strumming pattern thing happened, which ended up being like our worst enemy at the end, you know? So we're like, oh, that's amazing. We can just teach them the chords, then teach them the strumming pattern, and then they'll be able to play the song, you know? Like if they put these things together, and then we'll teach the picking. So that's always been our formula since day one. We're like, chords, strumming pattern, picking pattern. So if you just want to learn just the chords, play it yourself, you can play the song. Chords, you got the strumming pattern if you want to, done deal. But if you want to, you know, if you're intermediate to advanced, you can do the picking, do that too. It's always these layers, you know, of like.
But it's a formula.
Yeah, that was just our formula, and it was thanks to Aiko, who kind of gave us that idea of like, you gotta do this, and you gotta tell them that, well, you gotta teach them slow, is what she said, and you gotta break it down, you know, and we broke it down to two. So it's like down, up, chunk, and then the up, chunk, up, down, or whatever like the breakdown was originally. And from there, that's like kind of when it clicked, like that's gonna be our formula. And then when I'm Hawaii Let Us Go, we did Ukulele Underground. That's, you know, we did a monthly lesson every month for the past 15, 16 years. And that's like chords, strumming pattern, picking pattern, play along, and then eventually play along. That was Aaron's idea, to do a play along, because if we just taught those things, I guess they could play by themselves, but we wanted people to like
more interaction.
Yeah, to, you know, to feel the groove, which is kind of my thing now, is more like, don't worry about strumming pattern. Like, just see if you can groove to the song.
Too many people ask about strumming patterns.
It became like a thorn on my side eventually. But that's...
Is it down, up, down?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and unless you say it correctly in rhythm, it doesn't even make sense. So it's down, down, up, down, up. It's like, if you did that, then it's not the...
Just remembering cheat codes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Down, you know, down, up, left, air, right, down.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. And
it's hard to teach feel.
But before then, I mean, it was probably like a thing or whatever with other schools. But as far as online goes, like strumming patterns were like not a thing. So I just it was magic. It was like this weird, like, you know, power glove that we had. We should use this. You know? And it worked, and it worked like a charm, but worked a little too well. But now people are like dependent on it, and then there's like now people doing workshops of like strumming patterns and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like, whoa, look what we did.
Sorry,
everybody.
Built a community.
No, but also what
awesome.
you guys did for the ukulele community by making it accessible to beginners in a way that they could digest it and start to practice those things, and then feel a little bit better about it. And the next thing you know, they're getting more of that natural feel. So...
Well, that was the whole point of the play along. Like, they're supposed to learn it and then like play along with the play along, so that they can kind of get that groove, you know, that we were hoping for. But as soon as people watch the lesson, it's like, okay, cool, I learned it already, and then they'll go and play it all weirdly grooved and stuff. And like, that's okay, you know. And
Almost there.
But yeah, that was kind of, you know, that was our formula. And then we did other stuff, and we tried other things. Like I said, we just throw things at the wall, see what sticks. And, you know, we found our stride, and we did a bunch of other stuff. But the thing that really stuck out was that formula.
Is it weird to see like a lot of people kind of copy your stuff?
I mean, everyone copies everybody.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, when we came up, like, I guess that was like Aiko's thing. So we just kind of copied her idea technically. And the way that I played was like a carbon copy of like Troy and Jake and, you know, all these other guys. So...
No, that's the way to look at it.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't see it that way. We're like, oh man, these people copied us, because that's just it. If so people see something that works, they're like, we should do that. And because it works, they're like, look at all these numbers go up, you know. And it's the same thing. So it's cool and flattering, you know, that people got inspired, like, you know, Corey was saying. But you know, but a lot of the new people now don't even know that it was inspired from that moment, and they're just like, oh, I learned this on whatever YouTube or TikTok or Instagram and stuff. But really, it boils down to that one video of loud phrases, which you can't even find anymore, because I'm Hawaii owns the rights to that, so nobody, like, we don't.
Oh, you can't. Oh,
yeah, we can't even put it out. That's not ours.
Yeah,
that was like the origins of...
Right. Well, we did, okay.
Almost.
For I'm Hawaii, we did I'm Yours, That's why like you won't find an I'm Yours lesson by us, but we kind of started that like that whole like on riff on the ukulele, and I know it's like my version of that riff because the real riff that Jason Mraz goes, he goes down there, right? I did that. So whenever I would hear those two notes put together, I'm like, I know where they got that from. You know?
Our videos.
Yeah, exactly. And we did that. We did Somewhere Over the Rainbow. We did Loud Phrases from the Quiet Type. We did You Don't Miss Your Water by Craig David, which was popular at the time. So all of these songs, like, we ended up not doing because by the time that we, you know, that we did Ukulele Underground, we're like, maybe we should redo this. There was like 50 other I'm Yours videos and 100 other like, you know, Somewhere Over the Rainbows and whatever. So like, we just don't want to add to the noise. And a lot of people are like, why don't you guys do the songs like we did? You know,
Just do it better.
but we would, but it's just that it's like it's we don't want to add to the noise, you know.
Yeah.
I recorded a lesson from Corey last week, and I was editing it a few days ago, thinking like, there's probably 7 people in the world that could actually execute this thing, because it's just like, it's so.
There's only 2 people who can understand it. It's me and you. What is he saying?
No, it's just the tech. I don't know. Like it's there is a kind of a lack of really advanced stuff though. So I was down to put it out because it's just like
Yeah,
But a lot of you guys do.
There's some things you just have to put out because you want to put it out, and then you never know because there's probably some kid out there just watching YouTube or whatever it is, and they just like latch onto it.
Yeah.
That was me watching you guys Zelda videos back then. Oh my god!
Let me hustle again. I got hustled earlier. Corey comes out. I gotta tell this. Corey comes out. He's like, man, I saw that Zelda video that you did. It was so good. I'm like, flattered. I'm like, oh, really? You saw my video? Thanks, Corey.
That's where
And then I just realized he had a really good Zelda video. I'm like, no, you just like, because you made a better one.
No, it's not better. I don't think it's better.
You made a correctly arranged one. I did
I don't
what a
know.
19-year-old who barely knew how to play ukulele.
I don't know. I took your version. Because sorry. Go.
No, I think you've influenced everybody in the ukulele world.
Thank you. It was just us doing us, really. Like, it's just being on Kauai, we're so muted as to what's actually going on out there. We were just doing what we wanted to do. Like, our first lessons, like Love Song by The Cure, it's like, it's not one of the, turn to page whatever for your ukulele club. It's not something that people actually wanted to do. And I think I did like, we did some weird songs in the beginning, which is just stuff that I like.
Good songs.
Yeah, but it's just the formula was just Out of My League by Steven Speaks. Like, nobody even knows that song, but I did it just because I liked it. So just do what you like,
Yeah, and you
can
turn
introduce
people onto
people,
that,
yeah.
and then they realize this,
Inspiration.
I like this song. Maybe for this podcast, I can get the fretboard on the left-hand side.
Yeah. That was Aaron.
You gotta buy the rights though.
No, like he actually he did that. Like for he's
the first time I saw that, I was like, "Oh, that's genius."
Now, like everyone and their mothers are doing that. The fretboard diagrams and like and the chords and stuff on the side and the whatever lyrics on the bottom and stuff. That's all Aaron. Like So actually, the 3 of us, myself, Aaron, and Ryan, were really like in my eyes, like the 3 perfect people for this job because I really love to teach and I love playing ukulele. Aaron, like because he wasn't like a videographer, he was doing things that were kind of outside the box because he wasn't you weren't formally trained or anything. You were YouTube trained
to this day.
And then Ryan was basically the only qualified person out of the 3 of us
for like web design and for business as well.
So he was our business guy and our web guy. So it was kind of
That's
just
the main
the
thing
3 of us. A lot of people think Ukulele Underground is this big production thing, but it's really just the 3 guys.
3 hard-working gentlemen.
and then we have 1 employee
to like pack shirts and stuff. So it wasn't like but now we have 1 employee, which is Kahai, and he helps films and edits the videos
and do the streaming
and stuff. But that's it. It's not like we have a huge production. And I walked in here and I saw all these like beautiful equipment and whatever, and I'm like, man, back at home we have like a blanket that like that dampens the sound and stuff. We have whatever DI that I picked up from Nam like 10 years ago, like that we're using. And
Well, I never learned anything either. I just like.
but is it more fun that way?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't know because I. But I mean, yeah, it is fun to get equipment and try things. I mean, the business has afforded it, and it's a lot of fun. But I mean, I tried to live stream for a couple times and just gave up because it's like so frustrating. I don't know. Technical ability is not my best friend, but yeah, just the love of music is why you see all these mics and whatnot.
Yeah. If you could see over the years how it grew from like the very first 750 watt bulb that you had, just cooking everybody inside of the acoustic room.
Like a sauna.
Kale's trying to teach Kiss from a Rose and sweats.
Sunburned. I'm like, he's all sunburned at the end of the video.
Drips from the rose.
Hey, why don't you guys play a song?
All right. So I love this. This is actually one of those YouTube videos that we did. I was living here in Waikiki. I had an awesome balcony and awesome neighbors that didn't mind if we played music outside. And
Well, you play good music, so it better not.
not always. Not always. So the song's called Sunday Morning by Maroon 5. Kalei starts out. Sunday morning rain is falling. Still some color shades some skin. Clouds are shrouding us in moments unforgettable. Twist to fit the mold that I am in. But things just get so crazy, living life gets hard to do. And I would gladly hit the road, get up and go if I knew that someday it will lead me back to you. That someday it will lead me back to you. That may be all I need. In darkness she is all I see. Come and rest your bones with me. Driving slow on Sunday morning, and I never want to leave. Let's break it down. My fingers trace your every outline, yeah. Paint a picture with my hands. But back and forth we sway like branches in a storm. Change the weather, still together. Oh, that may be all I need. In darkness she is all I see. And come and rest your bones with me. Driving slow on Sunday morning, and I never want to leave. Yeah. Things just get so crazy, living life gets hard to do. Sunday morning rain is falling, and I'm calling out to you, singing someday would bring me back to you. Found a way to bring myself back home to you. You may not know that maybe all I need. In darkness she is all I see. Come and rest your bones with me, driving slow on Sunday morning, and I never want to leave. That may be all I need. In darkness she is all I see. Come and rest your bones with me, driving slow on Sunday morning, and I never want to leave. Whoa, that may be all I you guys.
Oh, if you could
guys.
hear the inside the
You guys.
headphones. Oh my god.
Guys, you're
This
so
head-
good.
It
You
sounds
guys
good
are
with the
so
headphones.
good. Oh my god.
No, stop it.
Oh, chicken
I
skin.
had chicken skin the whole time.
Chicken
Just like, oh,
skin, this guy.
bathing in this beautiful music.
Oh, like you're good.
No, you. It's all
Pat
you.
each other's back.
Oh, man. No, Kalei's good. I think we can all agree
Oh
on that.
yeah, that was
I'm alright.
that was
I concur.
disgusting, Kalei.
Yeah, it was-
Jeez.
It was
Keep it in the
gross.
bag, man.
Gross. How good that was. That should take a shower. Should take a shower. How
Put some
dirty.
deodorant on.
God.
Clay, can you teach
Feels
that solo now?
Sure.
Yeah.
Tab?
Words first, though.
Tab?
I like when you get into the
What's the
harmonies,
strumming
that's
pattern? What's the strumming pattern there?
nice. Down, 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 down.
It's down, 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 down.
Aldrine, talk about this gorgeous new tenor that you're playing.
I am in love with this thing. This is an Aldrine model, but it is as special things can be. This is a spruce top Brazilian rosewood back and sides. It's got that awesome true relief on this. It's got that bevel. It's got the side sound port. It's Gilbert tuners. It's I believe it's snakewood. I don't know whatever that fancy thing is. And basically I told them, I was like, just like I've been saying this whole time, when I grow up I want to be just like Kalei. And Kalei had a spruce top Brazilian rosewood back and sides with abalone around it. I'm like, just like that. Just look at his ukulele. Just make that, like a Kanile'a. No. Let's put the other K on there. And that's fine. No, this has been some time in the making, and I trust Joe Souza and his team with all my heart into making beautiful instruments, and I think they really outdid themselves with this one. And love that kind of brightness with the spruce being balanced out with the Brazilian back and sides. Just it's one of, if you know anything about like tone woods, this is one of the most sought after tone woods out there. You can't even get like legally a piece.
We're gonna have to bleep out when you say this is bleep Rosewood.
Well, this one
is legally
the FBI is gonna break through the windows.
Exactly.
Give me your ukulele.
I guess in the 70s they kind of stopped. You have
to have paperwork.
Yeah, you have to have paperwork. So I have paperwork for this ukulele. It is a legitimate.
You have it in your pocket now.
I got it. I gotta show the authorities.
He's
Actually,
boys,
with
let's get
international
outta here.
travel, sometimes that might be it could be an issue.
Well, I mean, I'll just tell them it's Indian rosewood.
Yeah, right. I know. It's like,
They're gonna bring out their wood expert.
yeah, like we
get a
heard this
sample.
podcast.
Yeah.
That's Brazilian. Get 'em, boys.
They're licking my uke and stuff. Like, nope, tastes Brazilian to me. I can taste the sunscreen.
I know I'm Brazilian when I see it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I love it.
Did you travel outside of the country?
No,
not yet.
I mean, this is the first time I think I'm taking it out of Kauai, so
you'll be fine.
it's handcuffed to me, like into my case at all times. Just, I mean, this is it's the most beautiful uke I've ever owned, I think. So, or I will ever own. I think that's it.
That one back there is just like.
While my uke gently weeps in the back.
Oh, come on.
Is that right?
No, I mean they're all my children.
Gorgeous
all...
Koa is never jealous.
Yes.
You remember me when you?
Yeah. And I mean, I wish you guys could see like the tight grains of this spruce. It's
It's
amazing.
a good cut.
It's amazing. I've actually picked out this wood like how many years back, and I'm like, so is that uke ready? Because
like when you play it.
And then when it's finally ready, I'm like, oh my god, it's in my hands. It's in my hands. It's in my hands. What's the first thing I'm gonna play? My dog has fleas, I guess. Okay, now that that's out of the way, what do I play next? It was just, like I was giddy all over again. It's kind of like when I first got my, first high-end ukulele, and now this is the highest end of all ukuleles for me. This is, love it.
I love what that top relief does too. It kind of there's a nice balance, right?
Great.
I mean, what do you feel sound-wise differing from your other models?
The sound, I mean, because it's a spruce top, like to begin with, that's already gonna make a different sound. But if we're talking about this relief thing here, I mean, I wish I could hear what it sounded like pre-relief.
Right.
Just to make a difference. But I also play electric guitar.
It allows them to brace it a lot lighter too, because of the stiffness that adds. So it's like part of the whole.
It doesn't. I mean, I don't feel like it affects the sound like at all. But like I didn't hear what it would have. But at the same time, it's not diminishing anything. It sounds exactly what I want it to sound.
Yeah.
Or what I've been dreaming of it to sound like. But yeah, as I was saying, I also play electric guitar and have I have a Strat at home. And this is so reminiscent of my Strat at home, because this is just like so comfortable to hold, and it's insane. It's just, I can't say enough things about this. Thank you.
Gorgeous.
You, Kanile'a. Thank you. This is the most beautiful thing that I've ever heard, looked, felt, played.
Can we see the back? Again,
yeah.
Super rich, dark, and
I think Kalei
Lost
can
in it.
speak
Chocolate.
as well to like what's gonna happen over time with those tone woods.
Oh yeah, I
that used to be a white top. That spruce top. Ashton's guitar.
Oh.
Look at it now.
But not just color wise. Like I mean, you definitely open up quite a bit with Spruce Rosewood.
With that combo, it's like if you can give it time, you won't regret it. It'll be your most favorite ukulele to record with.
He's like, it already is.
It's like, I don't know. I noticed with that combination, it sounds very different when you're listening to it in the studio versus when you're playing it acoustically. It seems to cut really well, and it has a nice round bottom into it. And I've never had issues with mine. Nothing ever cracked. Nothing ever flew off.
Whoa! Why do you say that?
I know, right? It has a lot to do with the structure of the wood.
Part of the podcast.
Like, with like Rosewood is supposed to be a very dense wood.
Yeah.
So then again, there's not going to be as much movement. And Spruce is a more stable wood than cedar, hands down. So it's a good combo where you get like a nice punchy sound and a nice round overtones. So I'm all for it.
The roundness is what I'm a huge fan of, because I like volume, but at the same time I don't want it piercing. And I think the Rosewood back inside really rounds that out. I think it's the best way to describe it.
Some spruce tops can be piercing. Like I hear there's like this really brash kind of sound that comes out of certain spruce tops, especially with the, like, if you use floral carving too, it's like whoa.
Yeah.
Some people like that. It's like, this sounds great. Like, it's like, yeah, if you like it.
Sounds loud. It is definitely.
It's just like somebody going, the whole time.
That's a good
You know what I just realized is like you have a signature set.
Yeah, I do.
It's not on there.
It is not on here. Yeah. Okay. Let me explain that. I've always been transparent with everybody. I put my name on those strings, and at home, in the studio, in a controlled environment, I love using those strings. I think they give me the volume that I need, like the clarity and the intonation, all that good stuff.
Is it AG crossing?
For those. Yeah, thank you. See, this is why Aaron is needed. So.
We'll put a little.
I have Aaron on always. Yeah, exactly. The VH1 pop-up videos.
So, did you know?
No, I mean, because you're gonna get comments.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. So
specify
Aquila AG cross AQ or AGX AQ. I say cross, so that's officially what it's.
You can find them at our website.
Yeah, find it.
The ukulele
the packaging just looks badass.
Marianne Chang did the packaging, so.
I'm looking at it. Looks,
yeah,
Jesus.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
What is this?
And Gianluca, when he was working there, we were collaborating together on what it looks like. But yeah, so that I play very heavy, and I needed something that that would kind of accompany that heaviness that I play, or that aggressive style that I have, but wouldn't really peak all too much. It is a punchy set of strings. It is loud, but it's also clear still, and that's kind of what I like about it. But I'm not using those today, and for this upcoming tour that I have, I don't know when you guys are going to hear this, but I'm actually currently on tour, and on tour, I run into things like cold environments, hot environments. I'm going to go to San Diego. It's going to be kind of hot there.
Because you used to play titaniums, right?
I do.
And that would just
exactly. I was just going to say I used to do that because I believe Deech, my friend Landicho, actually introduced me those, and I love how they sound. They're very punchy, but just went all over the place. The intonation just was all over the place. You go to a cold place, it is sharp. You go to a hot place, it is super, super flat. It's just not that consistent. Yeah. And with really, I haven't come across any set of strings that holds like its intonation in different kinds of temperatures as the J71s. So the J71s are not as clear or as volume like volume wise not as loud as the AG cross AQ, but I'm willing to make those sacrifices of not necessarily tone, but just sound wise and sonic sacrifices to keep in tune. That's mainly it, because the Pro Artes, the J71 Pro Artes, I don't know what the number is now, but the Pro Artes, they just my friend Matt Dahlberg describes it as it's an open canvas, and basically the player imbues onto it what the sound is. So if you're a heavy attacker, or if you're very subtle, if you're Kalei.
Kaleis, you used those for years. I don't know what you're using now, but
the nylon strings.
Yeah, I mean the Pro.
I mean, you still use them.
I still do. It's still on my custom.
Yeah, it's great.
It works good with that combination.
Jake too, right?
Yeah, that's where we all learned it from. I mean, we just bought like two like classic guitar sets back then. We would just pull out before the ukulele sets came out. It was expensive. You'd have to buy 2 of those, pick out the GBE, and then another E. So you'd buy a whole set of guitar strings and just pluck out just the one
throw away the one string.
The rest.
Get out of here.
But you know, so that's why I use these on tour. But at home, you know, like where it's like I said, a very controlled environment, very consistent as far as temperature goes. I know where my shows are. I know where, you know, all those whatever's going to be thrown my way. It's something that I can control, and it's the sound that I want.
It's tough if you're trying to like.
Right.
You're about to play a song and you're like, oh crap, my strings are going funky and
it's not like I'm stepping in a studio or whatever. So it's not like I'm recording it acoustically. I'm always plugged in anyway, you know. And these sound great plugged in, you know. So on tour, still pro artist, but as far as like the best set of strings that I put on my ukulele that matches the sound that I make is the AG Cross AQ. But that's it. I mean, a lot of people ask us like, what is the best string to use? It's really like, you know, it's what kind of fruit do you like?
Yeah.
Do you like sweet
what
fruit?
Color
do you like
sour
like? Fruit? Yeah, exactly. So that's
bananas are the best. No, bananas are the best.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What are you talking about?
So there's no one like master string that will accompany any ukulele. It's gonna have to be different things. Like Kanile'a makes their ukuleles, you know, more on the darker, warmer tone side. So with something like AG Cross AQ, that brings out like a little bit more volume out of that Kanile'a ukulele.
Yeah.
But if you say use it on like, I don't know, like a Koloha where it's like super bright, then it's just going to be too bright. So there's all these different combinations, and I think people should just experiment and buy all their strings from Ukulele site.
Hey.
Thank you.
Buy all the strings. Try them all. You know what I mean? Try
Oh,
all.
man.
What's the string that you guys make here?
Well, yeah, we have a little string factory downstairs where we're not but yeah, we
Logic. Yeah, Logic strings. Like, you guys,
yeah, that's
that's
Joel's
Joel's,
brand.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Check out Logic strings, guys. Try them all out, especially Logic strings.
Well,
And
yeah,
AG
I mean,
Cross
yeah,
the Koa
there's tons,
Koa
and it's like the different ukes that you know. This one is better with this, and it's like your playing style and what you want to hear. So it's like you can go on to the Ukulele Underground forum and read for days.
This guy.
But you know, that's still just all little data points from people's opinions, and
Yeah.
ultimately you gotta just get
try
in there
it
and
yourself.
try stuff out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's the same thing. Like I said, fruit or like shirt. Like, what's the best shirt to wear? It's like some people look good in Aloha shirts. Some people look good in like plain shirts. Some people look good in V-neck shirts. You know, like, and it's just gonna be different for everybody. And now today, I'm a little surprised. I'm kind of disappointed.
I saw his face. It's like you kind of look disappointed.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I was expecting V-neck,
switch it up,
but I just
I can tell you two have been on tour together.
Yeah,
you know
too
each other
many
well.
times.
Oh yeah,
a
a lot of stars.
lot of good times.
Can you share some?
What's the craziest thing
PG
that ever
versions?
happened on tour?
Something that we can share. I don't know, Kalei. What is the craziest thing that happened on tour?
When I think one of the craziest things was when we went on tour to Thailand for the first time.
Okay.
And remember when Songha came in from Korea
Yeah. Okay.
and we were leaving the festival and then we got mob rushed by
Oh
his
yeah,
fans. And we
all
had-
those fans.
Oh, it was nuts. It was like Justin Bieber
Yeah.
was going out and we had like, I don't know, 50
Yeah.
people just following us and then we had to do like some kind of decoy and then go down the parking lot
Yeah,
just to
yeah,
get
yeah.
out, you
Yes.
know.
The
Yes.
escape route.
Yeah, we're just like,
Yeah.
what the heck?
We,
Like,
we were the scapegoats. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Nothing deflates your ego better than like
I know, right?
screaming fans for someone else after you just get off stage. You know
But
what I mean?
I was like, oh, I'm glad that's not me because I just
Exactly.
want to go back to the hotel, you know.
What are you talking about? I wish that was me. No, it was crazy. Like, he had some. I mean, I think he still does. Like some crazy fans, and yeah, we had to just like go to a certain spot so that people think that's him coming out, so that he can safely like leave somewhere. That was insane.
It started from
Yeah.
the airport when he arrived.
I think people were asking like what hotel. It's nuts. It was crazy. And I was like, well, by the way, I'm in room 13. If anybody's interested,
keep the door open.
Yeah, open door policy in my room. Any fans want to know where I'm staying at?
That was a crazy experience.
I was alone like all week.
But it's good, like when it's always good to have your own time though, like when you're on tour. Right?
Oh yeah,
just, like,
yeah. I mean, with all joking aside and stuff, it's actually really nice. Like they've Thailand and Asada has been some of the best people that I've ever worked with, and they've always made us feel very comfortable. They've always like treated us like kings, kind of, like.
Yeah,
it's been
something
awesome.
I never got used to was always because we growing up here, you're used to doing things for other people,
right.
And if you're a guest, at someone's house, you try as much as possible to help out.
Yeah.
But they're like, no, just stay there. I was like, whoa, okay, it
right.
was awkward.
We want to help set up stuff, like can we like set these chairs up for a workshop or whatever? They're like, no, what are you doing? Like,
Thai people are so
whatever.
warm too. They're just such kind
cool.
people.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But Asada's great, and
Asada's the man.
I haven't heard from him recently, but yeah, hopefully they're hanging in there.
He's doing good.
Yeah.
I think his son had just graduated. Beacon is about to go to college.
So
time
crazy.
flies. But
I was thinking, like, he graduated college already?
Oh, high school. Sorry.
Yeah, we worked with some amazing people, and Asada's definitely one of them. But
oh yeah,
we don't want to list people when we forget people's names and stuff. But Asada's
Mm-hmm.
definitely one of the best people that we work with.
yeah. I mean,
Carne asada. I always call him at Nam.
oh yeah.
Carne asada.
Making me hungry, man.
Yeah.
I'll have to go to San Diego.
Orange chicken. Sorry. That's what we were talking about earlier.
Orange chicken.
Just thinking about orange chicken again. Just a good tear.
Some remnants of orange chicken in that trash can. Just going like, yep, still tastes good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do
Tangy,
that.
tangy.
I wouldn't do that.
Not today. Not in front of the cameras.
You guys jam another tune?
Yeah.
Oh, you play there's a Mika Nakashima song that you cover.
Oh, word.
Yuki No Hana.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going Glamorous Sky on me, but okay.
Or
Yuki no, no. Yuki No Hana sounds good. You want me to play that?
Yeah. It's one of my favorite songs.
Okay. I'm being put on the spot. Let's see if I can. Okay.
Like, I kind of want to play it with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
All right.
What-
Okay.
What key is it in?
It's I think it's F.
F.
Okay.
And it kind of goes all over the place, right? Like,
Yeah.
like how piano ballads usually do.
I haven't played in a while, but I think the pressure of playing with Corey is enough to maybe make me play this correctly.
Well, I'm gonna kind of let you know that I don't know what I'm doing.
You and me both, sir. Okay. Here we go. think. Funny story about that, actually. I learned that from Jake Shimabukuro. That's his arrangement of Yuki No Hana.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we're talking about Ukulele Underground, like back in the day, and it was, we were going to do our very first giveaway, which is was it a Kala? Like a Kala soprano ukulele. Just, it was like our first month of Ukulele Underground. We're like, we want to kick things off by giving this ukulele. We wanted it signed by Jake. And he was recording over at Hawaii Kai. And there's, I guess, Avex studio over there.
Yeah.
That's where we go over there.
Was engineering it for a little while.
Yeah. We went over there and we're like, Jake, we want to give this ukulele. Could you like sign it and stuff? So we sign Jake Uke. Give away sign Jake Uke, And he was right about to, and I think I don't want to say it, but somebody's like, maybe
you gotta get clearance.
You gotta get clearance. Yeah. Like he wanted to sign it, but then somebody was
it Sony? Was that under?
I can't say. Let's But he ended up not signing it. But we were hanging out, and like he took us on a tour around Avex, and like this is where Beyonce stood or whatever, and this is where Kanye was. They doing his recording, and I think Bruce was recording his album there. That's what it was, and he's like, I've been working on this song. I'm doing like this Japanese album, like of solo ukulele. What do you think? Because I did Glamorous Sky, and he's like, I know you told me about Nakashima Mika, and I listened to her stuff, and this is what I came up with. And he showed me that arrangement, and I'm like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. And I was just laser focused on his hands and like how the arrangement went. He showed it to me that one time. After we were done, I immediately went home, listened to the album, and just by like, I don't know, like photographic memory, I'm like, how did he? It was this weird chord that he was doing there. I was like, and I managed to figure it out, and I think I watched him do like a YouTube video of it or something, or listen to the track, and I was just comparing notes. I'm like, okay, cool, I think I got it. But that's how I learned it. I watched it that one time, and just got home and studied.
Remember, watching your video, I was like, whoa, this is one of my favorite songs.
Cool. Thank you.
This is crazy. So thank you.
Make you feel really good. Because I'm a big fan of you, Corey. Honestly, I'm a
really
huge fan, dude.
Who's that?
Because like I was just saying, me and Kalei and a bunch of like other touring musicians, we always talk about like this person should be on tour, and this person should be doing an album, and this person should be more known, really. And you were one of the people in the short list.
Kalei took me on tour with him in China. That was one of the best experiences of my life. So.
Did you have to play decoy while the Kalei fans?
I was the bodyguard, so you gotta go through me first. Then you can see Kalei.
Please. Go through me, please.
But then they're like, he has a ring on. Oh. But no,
that makes you more attractive.
Yeah, apparently. No, dude, skin-colored ring. That's the secret.
That was amazing.
Thank you. I messed up a little, but whatever. It's been a while. So.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I didn't do anything.
No, yeah, seriously, you were, you're one of the people where like, man, this person deserves more. This person, that person,
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I like to have fun and do sound samples and stuff.
Well, we're at the end of the day, we're ukulele fans, like
exactly.
me and Kalei and all any ukulele
like we're
player,
friends,
really.
but we're also fans of each other's music,
right?
And,
and
we do.
What did I do? First thing I sat down here, I tried to play Mach 4 like Kalei. It's like I'm just a big ukulele fan, and still am to this day, regardless of what happened with you or with all these tours and stuff. I'm still a huge ukulele nerd, really. Like I still listen to Jake's albums, try to figure out stuff, listen to James, and I'm friends with these people now, but doesn't mean I don't get giddy like when they call or text. I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting a text from James Hill.
I wouldn't ever know how it feels.
Oh! I'll introduce you to James.
It's one person I never met yet. Like,
oh yeah,
we had him on our podcast, and it's just. it's kind of tough to like just sit there and pretend, like and just be professional. Where I just want to fanboy out. I'm like, remember that time you recorded that one song, Super Mario? It was awesome.
It's like, it's off of your first album.
Yeah,
I'll completely nerd out on this.
What was that? There was like an SNL skit like that.
Yeah.
Chris Farley.
Chris
Farley.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome. That's what I want to do every time I talk to these people. It's just like, remember that? Remember when you did Little Wing on your album? That was awesome.
That's
huge fan. I mean, even now, like all these people, like on YouTube, on Instagram, and TikTok and stuff. I'm watching, watching everyone, and I'm just like, man, these people are doing such good stuff.
It's
Super
crazy, right?
Yeah.
There's people
Crazy
all
Like
stuff.
the winner of you guys' contest, that Uke boy. That guy's
Oh my
insane.
God,
That
yeah.
guy's insane.
nuts.
I was
Yeah.
like, how are you? What with the fingers and the harmonics?
stuff
I'm like,
going on.
what is that? Huge fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did like I think the Zelda thing too, like recently.
Was
I
it the
think-
Fairy Fountain? Or
I don't
something?
know, but he did the Zelda thing, and I was like,
I
that
think it was the Fairy Fountain.
that
We're just
sounds
watching.
great.
It's like, oh my god.
Where is he?
this
Like
guy's
Denmark
badass.
or
Something.
somewhere
Yeah.
in there.
So some people, and of course people like Fang Yi and whatever. I'm a huge ukulele fan still. Like, not that deep down, like still a uke fan. Like, no matter what we do, I'm still consuming it.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube videos.
Rob,
still.
he's sitting over there on the
I
side.
know.
He was one of our.
Yeah, he won one of our Instagram
Oh,
contests.
dude. Yeah.
I got lucky.
No, man. These guys don't just pick from luck.
No, yeah, we're looking like, man, this guy's badass. And he lives in Wahoo. And just like, you want to work here?
Oh, cool.
Rob's like,
Right on.
really?
I was fanboying out.
Yeah, I'm fanboying out right now. I'm trying to keep my composure. Like,
Oh,
Corey's
stop
here,
it.
Like,
I'm trying to keep my composure. I'm like, hey,
Oh,
like,
right,
I don't know what to say, and
Well,
I don't want it to be awkward. I'm a
We've
very
all
awkward
been
person.
doing this in the ukulele market for over a decade now.
yeah.
And so it's really good that we finally, get together and talk story like this. Because
Yeah.
it's been a long time. And so you guys have, I'm sure people listening know already, but Ukulele Underground, YouTube has regular podcasts. You can kind of like interact with their live streams, which is great. A lot
Yeah,
of
we're
fun.
live every Friday. So every other Friday we do a podcast, and the Fridays that we don't, we do like a live jam, like a Aloha Friday live, which is just like, dude, it's Aloha Friday. Here's some chords. We're gonna play them. You can play along with us if you want to. You can just kick back. It's live, so there's other people in the chat. You can just chat along with them. But we're very transparent. We're very open with stuff. People can ask us whatever they want to ask, whatever, and we love that live stream community that we have also. With the Ukulele podcast, Ukulele Underground podcast, we get questions in. We answer their questions. Sometimes we get emails or whatever. We answer those. We do like songwriting challenges and whatnot. It's a lot of fun. And then I think we've built that's like its own thing. Like ukulele, I feel like Ukulele Underground forums is its own thing. UU Plus is its own thing. I feel like Aloha Friday Live Jam is its own thing, and Ukulele Underground podcast is its own thing. It's just it's kind of cool how there's little
And our
mini
open mic
communities.
is its own
Yeah,
thing
our
too.
open mic is its own thing.
What is that?
Every first Thursday of the month, we do an open mic, which is just open to everybody. It's called Ukulele Underground Open Mic, but whoever wants to go on, it's just like a Zoom thing that we do.
Oh,
And
cool.
we allow
cool.
people like two songs per person. Just do like a set and stuff. It just gets people in front of other people to perform without having to have that live audience. So we want to give people the confidence to go out and perform, or just do it for fun.
Yeah.
And there's tons and tons of people that want to do so. So we just and I think there's a lot of people doing the same thing out there now. So it just gives people more chances to appear in front of an audience and play their tunes.
Yeah.
We just want to give people that.
Yeah, because you have to kind of get comfortable doing that, and it takes time for
Years.
most people. Yeah. So the more opportunities. I mean, we used to have a open mic at our live music cafe, and it just packed out. It was, and it's amazing. There's some really great talent out there, and that's the first place Corey actually ever played. We had to kind
That
of
was
push him on
scary
stage,
as
and,
hell.
just like, and he was like shaking, but it was
Just
like
playing
you're
like
too
this.
good to not.
Yeah.
You have to.
like not even looking at anybody. So it's bright lights. Oh, Get this over with.
But yeah, that's good that you guys give an opportunity like that. I want to talk about the forums. Like, how did that start, and like how do you mitigate the drama?
Ooh, well, Ukulele Underground forums is actually the like original forum of Ukulele Underground, because before we launched the main site, the main front site with all the lessons and whatever, the soft launch was just the forums. Because as I mentioned earlier, it's the like the 10 people or whatever, 15 people.
No, we had maybe about 100 people on I Am Hawaii.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was downplaying it. I guess, but yeah, about 100 people on I Am Hawaii, like talking in the comments section. So we're like, oh, we'll put this, forum thing, and people can talk there and congregate and whatever before we launch the site. And I remember we had like a goal of like, if we have like 1,000 people by like, by the end, by after 1 year, we'd be so happy or whatever. And like, it was crazy. Before we even launched, I think we reached 1,000. Like it was within like the first couple months or something, something like that. And we're like, this is insane. Like there's the community just kind of did its own thing. So because
I want to think there was like maybe 20,000 or so.
Something
early on.
Yeah, early on. And I know you've been to our forum a bunch. You know that back then, and it's like in its peak, at any time of the day you would log in, there's at least like however many thousand people online, like at the same time in its peak, and it's just insane, like that kind of amount. So going back to what you're saying with like mitigating stuff, it's just all these unique voices with unique opinions, and with everything, there's going to be disagreements. What strings do you use is, believe it or not, is something that people butt heads with. So I mean, imagine if with other subjects, right?
You're stupid.
It's tough. Yeah, exactly. What are you doing?
Why you fluorocarbons? What is wrong with you?
What fishing line all the way?
I remember a comment one time on you that said, "People that use low G beat their dogs." I was like, whoa.
It's the internet, man. You know what I mean? You're gonna get all sorts of characters.
Jeez, I don't even have a dog.
Beat my imaginary dog. Oh, you mean my cat? No. No, but with all these different voices and all these different opinions, there's bound to be people that butt heads and stuff. And as much as possible, we want to give people the freedom to say whatever they want to say, but to a point, because ukulele still should be this this instrument that brings people together. So if it's doing the opposite of that, where people are like, I don't want to talk to that person because this person did this or whatever, then that's doing the ukulele a disservice, because the Ukulele Underground has the name ukulele in it. We should really spread the the vibe, or the feeling of what ukulele gives us. So we want to promote free speech. We want to promote all these things, because that's how we get great ideas, is because people are allowed to to say whatever they want. But at the same time, like, if it's at the expense of someone else, if it's to hurt someone, then that's not cool. That's when the moderators kind of step in and say, hey, you can't do that. Our number one rule is don't be a jerk. Rule number one, golden rule, don't be a jerk, because this place is awesome. And if you're cool, you're gonna get a ton of knowledge from this place, and you're gonna make tons of friends. Like, people have met their spouses on Ukulele Underground and have had families and stuff, and it's amazing. Like what that what that forum has done for not just us, but everyone that was in it. So I have a very soft spot.
It really helped good products in the ukulele community by helping that spread. And before, there was like Facebook groups and all kinds of different ways, like Ukulele Underground forum, and it still is kind of the hub of all conversation, ukulele.
Yeah, and it allows little luthiers and stuff, or little stores or whatever to to make their name, or to at least like have a connection or communication with their audience or with their customers or whatever. So that it allows for that too. It's just such an open forum, and it's great. I love that place.
I think for us as people that are in the business to supplying people, it helps keep us accountable, because it's like you have to make people happy, and that that way they can recommend you and talk about you, and if you do the opposite, then it's going to come back at you too. Right. So it's
exactly. Yeah. So, if you're there, if you're talking to your audience, if you're nice to them, if you're listening to what they have to say, that can do wonders for your product, you know. And I think there's tons of ukulele makers and other companies out there that have used Ukulele Underground to make their product better, or to at least like listen to what people want, so that they're like, okay, well, maybe if I should do this, if I did that, maybe with people like that, and I think we've gotten some good results.
Yeah, and beyond, you know, just also another place for people to collaborate on songs, post their songs, you know, talk about theory and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's a place for everyone, and I mean, there's a place to just chat whatever, you know. And if you're really looking for a place that you can just say whatever you want, that would be it. And you know, there's just a place for spam. So it's got everything. There's a Luthier's Lounge. You know, there's Uke Talk. We can talk about ukes. There's people, like you said, collaborating. There's like the Seasons of Ukulele. People are like, you know, challenging themselves to like put up videos and whatnot. It's
the whole luthier side. There's seasoned luthiers helping more up and coming ones figure out new jigs or figure out a repair and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, there's just tons of great stuff on there, and it's gonna live there too.
Yeah, so I believe Ukulele Underground, in its purest form, really is the forum, because that is the underground, like ukulele. That's where people were conversing. That's where a lot of great ideas came from, you know? It's that place. That is the Ukulele Underground. A lot of people, you know, will see, like, say, the Facebook group, because Facebook is a lot more visible now and stuff. They'll think that that's Ukulele Underground, but that's really not it. That's, you know, the Facebook group, as much as, you know, as much as it's connected to us, we really don't have anything to do with it anymore. Like, people will just post their, like, look, the song that I'm playing, everyone, you know, which is great. I love, you know, giving people that stage or that opportunity to show the world what they can do. But at the same time, if you go to the forums and you know, and put yourself out there, you'll gain more discussion. It's a lot.
It won't get lost as
Yeah.
easily in the ether of social media.
So I believe that's Ukulele Underground's purest form. And
I
it was his
always
original form.
looked at it as kind of a lost leader for you guys, though. I mean, that it's not a money maker.
No, not at all.
Providing for the community, and then.
But that's it. We're never really about, you know, like, about making like tons of money or whatever, because it just. We like ukulele. We're big ukulele fans, and so are these people. You know, like, we would be doing a disservice when, like, okay, cool, now how do we make money off of these people that are like, no, like, we want to give these people the freedom to enjoy the instrument in a safe place. You know.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
So that's why.
I mean, that's why you guys, you know, for the long run.
Well, we
from the heart.
We did stuff like, I think, like UUVIP, but that's just to keep the site going, because there's so much posts, there's so much people on the site, like, that really, you know, gets expensive as far as hosting goes, and I think that helps keep with the upkeeping of the place. But other than that, like, it's not like okay, you guys got to pay this now in order to use the whatever. It's like, no, it's still there. It's an open source for everybody.
You just gotta sign up for some lessons once in a while, show your support.
Yeah, please, like, go to the main site. Some people who just go to the forum don't know that we have the actual ukuleleunderground.com instead of forum.ukuleleunderground. So that's really, you know, if people are a fan of what Ukulele Underground is doing and want to support us, UU Plus is the way to do so, you know. And that's where, you know, I put my heart and soul into the lessons, into like what content goes up there, into the songs, into the collaborations. Like I mentioned, I just do things that, you know, that I like. So a lot of the collaborations I did was like with my friends. It's just me having fun with my friends. Kalei's been on there. It's just like,
you've had different guest people
so
doing their like classes or
right.
lessons.
So it's not like I'm, or just like the, you know, the play-alongs and stuff. It's not like I'm reaching out for like really heavy artists or whatever. It's just like me and like my friend from the Bay Area who sings also, you know, like let him do one or let her do one or whatever, you know. It's just fun.
Imua's got some lessons on there.
That's because I'm a huge ukulele nerd. I'm a big fan. I just want that. Kalei was there when we were filming Imua, and we were just fanboying out on the side.
He's
like,
just
oh my
like
God,
insane,
look at the work.
right?
Yeah, he's such a cool dude.
Yeah.
So.
No, in fact, we were filming with Imua, and then both of you guys came up to him and had the same question about the same Imua song, right?
Yeah. It's like, how do you do that? That he does that run, you know, like on that cat song, like.
Oh, the
Jinky's
harmonic one?
Yeah, the harmonic run.
Oh, I was
And I'm
like,
like,
what the heck?
what do you do there? Like me and Kalei were like, Imo, what are you doing there?
I still
Please
can't
tell-
figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Please
ask
tell
you,
us.
boy.
Magic. I remember I used to skateboard a lot when we were younger, and then my other Kapili.
Mm-hmm.
So we would skate at our park
Mm.
where we weren't supposed to skate, and Imua would show up.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd be like, Kapili, is that Imua?
You pickers.
And he's like, yeah, but don't bother him. And I was like, oh crap. And I just watched. Oh my god, it's Imua. He would show up all the time. And, like, he was good at skateboarding. Dude. Like,
He used to make skate videos. Like I remember watching his old school skate videos because I used to skate also.
yeah. Oh, we have a lot of. Did you skate too?
A little bit, but not like you guys. I wasn't serious.
We're gonna
Nah,
have
I
Matt in a
wasn't
couple
good.
days
And
on here. I know
Matt's gonna
Matt's
come by
skater,
soon.
dude.
Yeah, I used to
We're gonna have to
skateboard.
create like this little skateboard community.
I don't skate anymore.
Do you
man.
skate,
Like,
Aaron?
No.
So Aaron does like marathons. Just kinda-
Yeah.
But I'm not like an ukulele player. Really. I know enough ukulele to edit the videos, and that's about it. And I
He's
know
too
enough
humble.
guitar in order to back up Aldrine, but that's about it.
That's all I need. That's all
You
I
ever
need.
trip
Yeah.
out on what I mean, what your life has become in the sense that like, you know,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I always loved music. You know, from when I was a really little kid, like I loved being on stage. I loved doing all that stuff. So I mean, I'm glad that I get to do this. It's like one of those where something happened in the timeline where like my future ended up being where I can like do this as a job. you
Yeah,
know?
it's awesome, huh?
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy when you get to make a living doing something that you actually enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've said this before, but it's like I'm glad that I live in the world where Aldrine gets to do this because he probably wouldn't be good at very many other things.
And I'm not. It's this or Mario Kart.
I'm glad I
Street
live
Fighter.
in
Oh,
that
I heard you're a
world.
badass at
Well,
Mario Kart.
I don't want to brag, but I've been blown up by blue shells a lot.
We probably, I don't know. If I feel like you're very.
You don't get
Like,
blue shell in second
modest.
place, sir.
Yeah.
Don't even try to challenge him in a game.
Craig Chi can attest to too.
It is what it is, everybody.
Oh.
I was at there's a Koi Con, you know, like here
Oh,
at
yeah,
the
yeah,
anime
yeah.
convention and stuff.
Did you just destroy everybody?
I mean,
there?
you know, it was Double Dash, and I remember like sitting there, and people wouldn't let me leave because they're like, "No, you can't leave until we beat you." And I'm like, "Dude, my friends are like leaving. I want to watch this like panel by this this artist that I really like." They're like, "No, we can't leave before we beat you." I'm like, "I guess I'm sitting here all afternoon." That's what I did.
I'm gonna be here
Sat
forever.
there all afternoon.
Just destroying everybody.
Yeah, some people are good at Mario Kart, and some people are just really good at Mario Kart. And, and I'm just no.
You're just a guy.
It's just whatever, let's just say I'm the Kalei Gamiao at
Mario Kart.
Oh my god. I've never heard that one before. Oh man.
I'm not a Kalei Gamiao at a lot of things.
But you don't
Actually,
want to
not
see
anything really.
Kalei Gamiao play Mario Kart. He sucks.
You ever join like really big like tournaments, like world tournaments?
That's how I stay good. Is that I don't go in places where there's good people.
No.
No, I don't. Yeah, I have actually. I've entered tournaments and stuff, but Mario Kart, if you're really good and you're with other really good people, it then amounts to the items that you have of what decides who's gonna win or not. And I'm just like, if it was just like pure racing, I would love that. But because of the items, like I said, getting blue shelled and whatnot,
Strategy
it's just like,
and, yeah.
like you work hard and you're like first place the entire time, and then everyone just raids you with red and blue shells at the end. You're like, how is this fair? How's this fair, Craig? You're saving your red shells at the end. It's like, come on. That's a second place mentality. Call you out, Craig. Chief.
It's like a metaphor for what they did with their lesson program. Another tune with all you guys.
Another.
I gotta play that. I want to play that with you after the Yuki No Hana. I gotta
Yes,
figure
please.
that out.
Please. What song would you like to do? Aaron?
I don't know.
Borrow this.
I want to just play One Day Soon always.
Oh,
yes.
You know that song, One Day Soon?
Hell yeah, Ernie Cruz.
Yeah,
That's
you
the
wanna do
best.
Which one is
Ooh, yeah.
One
Hell
Day
yeah.
Soon. It's an E.
Okay.
So, and then to the 4, and then minor,
Oh, yeah.
D7, and to the E, and then back. So E minor, E7, A minor, D7,
Oh yeah.
and then I think the bridge just goes to the 4, so it goes out da 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 da. Each day I'll pray you'll come back to me. Open up your loving arms, oh, and baby, what my destiny. F sharp, major 2, all my okay.
What's the changes for the remember Noah playing all the time?
Oh,
I
the
never figured
end?
it out. Just the beginning, the first.
Oh, so it's E, major 7, B minor 7, E7 to the A major 7.
Wait, what is E7 again?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. D7. So it's like 1, 2. Sorry, like 2, 5. And then
Oh, is that
instead of going to the 1, you're going back to the E. There's just a lot of 2, 5, 1s. Because it's like E and then the 2, 5, 1 to the A. And then 2, 5, 1. But then you go back to the E instead.
And then was that a D that you
Yeah, so it's like A minor, D7, then to the E. And then the ending goes G major 7. One day soon, you and I. F sharp minor, F minor. Yeah. Back to the E. Okay.
I just realized I don't know my chords on the guitar. Trying to figure out like, what is it?
He did mention that he didn't know what he was doing. You were the bad chord.
I tend to disappoint a lot of people.
You've done nothing but exceeded my expectations.
Oh
for
wow,
today.
thank you. I feel a lot happier now.
Feel the love.
So
Yeah.
and just a straight D.
D7.
Oh, D7.
Yeah. Then to the E.
Gotta give it that Ernie Cruz rhythm.
E. Then to get back. Yeah. And back to the E.
Oh yeah.
You know, you can't even find portraits anymore.
Oh yeah?
That album?
I love that album.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It might be on like a CD Baby, or maybe like you can order the CD, but it's not like available for digital.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's just.
Oh, it was. I think I found it on Spotify, but it's just that song, not the album,
Oh.
but just. But I do have the album. Portraits is a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Kalapana Sands. It's that
Yeah.
album is great.
Totally.
Good.
Yeah. I forgot that was on it too.
Yeah, Kalapana
Yeah,
Sands.
that one is.
We were at Diamond Head Cove over in
Yeah.
not Waikiki, by the zoo, and he goes there like a lot back then. And I was doing a show. Yeah, the Kava Bar. I was doing a show, and after the show, he walked in. I'm like, oh my God, it's Ernie Cruz Jr. You know, and I'm like, can I jam with him? So the owner Marcus, before he passes, is like, oh yeah, just Ernie, come here, like jam with this kid. And he was like, oh, and he's with his kava, and he's like, oh, okay, I guess. He grabs his guitar, and he's like, I'm like, I'll play whatever you want. And he started playing Kalapana Sands. I was like, oh, I love this song so much. I'm fanboying out. I'm like his Troy right now. Like being a big fan of Kyle Creative Boys, and I'm like, I'm Troy. He's Ernie Cruz Jr. Oh my God, just keep it together. Play the right chords. Don't mess up in front of your hero.
Classic.
Yeah, so here we go. So G major 7, F sharp minor, F minor, E. Okay.
One more time.
Oh, you got it.
You got it.
Oh no, I don't.
Kalei, start us off. 1, 2, die. One day soon I'll wake up and find your loving smile always on my mind. Your warm embrace, your warm embrace. Yes, my love, one day soon. Each day I pray you'll come back to me. Open up your loving arms, oh, oh. Baby, you are my destiny. I give you all my warmest charms. One day soon my life's gonna change, and you and I will be as one again, oh. We will soar, yes, we'll fly. One day soon, you and I. I pray you'll come back to me. Open up your loving arms, oh, oh. Baby, you are my destiny. Give you all my warmest charms. One day soon my life's gonna change. You and I will be as one again. So yes, we'll fly. One day soon, you and I. One day soon, you and I. One more time. One day soon, you and I. Yeah.
Oh man, very good just to play.
I love those chords.
Yeah, I love that chord progression. It's so good. For those of you folks who haven't heard of Ernie Cruz Jr., go now. Just go listen to it.
Listen to it all.
Yeah, all of it. Just all of it.
Do us a favor. Do yourself a favor.
Yeah, do yourself a favor. You know, get better at knowing who Ernie Cruz Jr. is. Yeah,
and his brother, brothers, and
just
everything.
the Cruises.
Yeah.
Just go look up the Cruises. You like Island Style, right?
Yeah.
They are to me like, well, it might be the name of one of John's, but it's like Hawaiian soul. It's soul music in that Hawaiian flavor.
Yeah. I love that song. It's a lot of musicians play it on Kauai, so it's one of those like I had to learn like how to play. I just like listening to it, but at first I was intimidated of those, of that chord progression because it's intimidating. But after a while, like you just get used to it, and it's just so groovy. It's so soulful, like you were saying, and it's almost like if you know how to improvise, those are like dream chords like to improvise to. It's just it's got everything. It's got these passing chords to it. It's got that minor break in there. It's great. I love playing those.
Expand on that. Why do you consider that like a perfect palette to solo over?
Well, first off, there's not a lot of songs in E on ukulele, and And when you're playing, you want it to always kind of lead to other things. If you're in the same chord for like 4-8 bars, it's like, what do I do next? But with this song, it's like it's moving, but it's not moving too fast. Where like you're just trying to keep. It's not giant steps.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jeez.
So and it's moving somewhere, and it's going, and it's like almost 2 different keys, but it's not, and so it's not complicated, but it sounds complicated, but it is complicated, and it's great. There's a lot of movement to it, and I love it. And you can get really technical, or you can just cruise, and it'll still sound good because the chords themselves sounds really good.
Is that a song that somebody could learn on UU Plus?
Oh, we taught this lesson as just a free lesson. If you guys want to learn this song,
is that on your guys' YouTube?
Yeah. So we have a play along and a breakdown for this and everything.
Nice.
I had to do this one. Ernie Cruz was like the voice of my childhood.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right? I think everyone in Hawaii's childhood. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't know what Ernie Cruz Jr. sounds like, you've been done a disservice.
Yeah. You never grew up here.
Yeah,
You're not from here.
From here?
I wanna get you to do like a minute on this.
Sure.
Same thing on that afterwards.
Sure.
One of the. How many years was that your signature, Mama? It was like almost 10, right, or something.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Like the first one, I believe we did back in 2000. I want to say 2008, 2009.
Nice.
The
Give
first-
it some love.
Let's see. So you only play the same thing on this.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. You want me to play like an Aldrine thing? Or you play like
Aldrine.
okay.
Shred it.
Oh, there we go.
Shred it, bro.
You want to play with me? No, just so that people can hear this by itself. Okay. Okay.
Nice.
Oh.
You can't
He's
hear
doing
it
it's
through
your
the
song, I
headphones.
guess.
Like, it sounds crazy in here. Like, oh my god.
I will listen to podcasts.
I remember, I think it might have been that song, but I was recording at NAMM one year, years back, and I was for some reason I had it on 60 frames per second, which I don't normally do, because a lot of your strum stuff just turns into blur at 30 or 24 or something. But 60, you kind of it looked crazy to me. Like it was almost like your wrist was just jello. And I mean, with your strumming technique, yeah, Is there like a certain
It's
way
just,
that you
it's
think
the
about
looseness. Really, it's this, you know. It's more like more wrist than anything. So if you're planting here, where you should be on the corner of the lower bout here, with your forearm, that kind of keeps your forearm steady, and it allows you to do this. And I always joke around with my students. It's kind of like, you know, it's a twisting of the wrist. It's like getting locked out of the house like so much times. This right here, like that same movement, it's right there. But just let it go loose. If you tighten up, it's actually the opposite of what you want with anything that we do, with like, you know, with sports, with playing music, with yoga, whatever it may be. Like tightening up or being stiff is like the opposite of what you want to do, right? So loose, really, it's what it is. It's just loose. Pointer finger just like points towards the ukulele just a little bit, so that you know, becomes the main strumming thing. But just let the hand go. You can curl up if you want to, but for me, like just keeping it nice and relaxed. And I curl up if I'm about to do the roll. So the roll kind of happens like this. But see, once I gain speed, it's really letting loose, because the more loose I go, the more I can control that speed. Yeah.
Awesome.
And you're not ever tensing up, yeah?
No,
That's
because
you can actually like hurt your muscles
right
by doing it wrong.
Right. Tensing, I mean, lifting weights, whatever. You lift weights, you know, if you tense up too much, if you just try to like relax and lift it, right? Kalei? You know, right?
Kalei's like, yup.
Yeah.
I had to tell
It's
Kalei
been a
to
while,
settle
though,
down a
but I
couple
think
years
so.
ago. I was like, oh, you're going to get too big. It won't be.
Yeah.
No, I just get big this way. I got.
It's the girth.
I don't have Corona. I have Momona.
But yeah, it's the looseness of it. You know, you have to be loose, and that kind of helps with control. Really is what it is. You can be super fast, but it needs to be controlled. There needs to be ups and downs. There needs to be accents. There needs to be like technique in there. It's not just I'm playing super duper fast or whatever. Like there's technique involved, and there's a delicate, you know, approach to where those accents need to be, where they deserve to be, and which ones like you can kind of like, okay, this is maybe just like a ghost note here, you know. So that's how I approach it.
Nice.
It's not as just like brain dead strumming as, you know, as it looks. It's a lot
involved.
to it. Yeah.
A lot of mechanics.
Mm-hmm. Right, Kalei?
Yes. 100% agree with that.
Yeah, I've seen people try to cover stuff like and including myself, stuff like Mach 4 and whatever, and there's these little nuances that Kalei does. It's just like that is years of work. Like how do you get those, you know, you can play the same exact notes that he's playing, but if you don't add those accents, those little nuances in the right place, it just doesn't sound right.
Yeah. It's a lot of musicality involved.
Now, that song was actually like a song that I wrote because it was super challenging for me. Like, I kind of slowly pieced it together, and then it ended up becoming a thing. But it's interesting because, like, now I have something that I wrote a long time ago that was to actually help me, because, like, I really didn't know what direction to go, that hopefully, you know, it inspires someone to, you know, continue their journey. No, but like everything like everybody does in the ukulele community is awesome. Yeah. And we can all learn from each other. No matter how good we get, no matter how long we've been playing, there's something always to be learned. Sorry, my eyes are getting all burned.
Yeah, I mean, I've traveled with you guys and stuff, and I would watch like all their performances. So it wasn't like I'm done with my set, I'm just gonna go. Like Kalei and I would go out and watch everybody. Like, so I'm a big fan of like a lot of arrangements that we've heard out there from other people, or songs that other people wrote. You know, I think Chris Salvador has some great arrangements, and I'm just like, dude, Tsunami is an insane arrangement. You know, and man,
watching that, I was like, that's not real.
Yeah, it's not. And it's just, we're just, goes all the way back to just being ukulele fans, you know? Like, we're just huge fans of the ukulele. No matter whatever levels we reach, it's still that, like, you know, that hunger for, like, man, there's got to be that next level. And I know someone's got it. I know someone's reached that level. I want to watch that person so I myself can improve by learning or being inspired by all these amazing artists. And you get guys like James Hill that are just like, that is how you have like 4 hands? Like that's the only way that you
There's
do
a
it.
secret hand coming out.
What is that?
He's coming at it from a whole other
Yeah.
side too.
Yeah.
So there's insane guys, and of course Jake Shimabukuro always like pushing the envelope. With guys like these that exist, it's a great time to be an ukulele player. Like,
What do you notice in terms of evolution over the last decade or so in the ukulele world?
I think just pushing the envelope of what it can do. We were talking about like all those harmonic techniques that that people are doing now. A lot of like percussive techniques that people are doing now. None of us did that back in the day. Like we're just chunka back then, and like pointer finger playing Kyle Creator Boy stuff, and it just keeps evolving. But I think nowadays it's a lot of that. Like people who are pushing the envelope, or people are like, okay, well, what if I make this noise, on the ukulele? I think it's that. You don't even have to be, playing like virtuoso kind of stuff. It can be something as simple as like, I'm gonna sing this song, but I'm gonna add this rhythm to it. Like that's cool. Like that is really, like what's evolving the ukulele, because somebody who is on like the virtuoso side will see that they're like that. I'm gonna do that, but not on like a song. I'm gonna do that on something that I wrote, and it's gonna sound amazing on this thing, and that's like the next step of evolution. So with going back to Ukulele Underground, our main mission statement is to grow the next generation of ukulele players, and we've seen it time and time again. People pushing the envelope and really growing this next generation of uke players. And however we can do that, or we can guide that. That's our deal.
You've been doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kalei, you've been doing it.
We've all been doing
I
it.
always gotta just direct it over to Kalei. I don't take compliments well.
Well, we've been trying to do that same thing, but from our angle of providing the instruments,
Yeah.
Including setup work from experts that help it play even better, and that can really help your inspiration. The easier it plays, and the just being able to provide that service of having somebody always there to talk through the different sounds of different woods and different strings and stuff like that. On your guys' side with teaching and providing the forum platform and providing everything that you do, it's kind of the other side of that. But it's it's a blessing to have you guys. It's definitely made a huge impact in the ukulele world. You've inspired thousands and thousands of up and coming people that are,
thank you. Really,
the amount of talent is, who knows what's going to come from your efforts. So, what more can you want out of, to be able to like have a positive impact like that? That's a beautiful thing.
It's fulfilling. I mean, I feel like we've been blessed. We've definitely been blessed and stuff. And
where do you see the future of UU and?
I mean, wherever we can take it. I mean, if we just want to keep helping people, we want to keep inspiring, we want to keep like teaching, and with everything. I mean, ukulele itself is evolving. So, and like ukulele teaching is evolving, and I think Brian Tolentino said it best. You can't learn everything from one school. So I'm glad that there's all these other people that are like putting in their own 2 cents of how the ukulele should be approached, or how you can approach the ukulele, so that people have choices of who they want to learn from, or what style they want to do. Because being an ukulele fan, if this existed like when I was in high school, if I had the like the infinite amount of resources that we do now, I'd be a totally different player. Like now you have the luxury of like just sending an email to an artist like, how do you do this song? Like that was impossible back then. It's not like you could just contact Jake or Troy Fernandez, but like, what do you do? How do you do this riff or whatever? But now there's videos of it, there's people teaching, so even if you can't get a hold of those people, someone knows how to do it, and someone will just teach it to you. And but at the same time, you kind of lose that like like sitting down in a room and really like trying to figure out those songs. But it almost just takes away that hardship or that time consuming part, and just move straight to the part where you take this thing to the next level, so to speak.
You end up with like feng-is and like
So it's amazing. I love seeing what where the ukulele is headed. And as far as Ukulele Underground goes, we're just gonna try our best to to provide a place where people can talk ukulele. We're gonna keep continuing to provide lessons that will, if people want to learn from us or people are interested in doing what we're doing, and or just I like to keep the style of of Troy and Jake and whatever I do like alive. These are styles, especially stuff like Kyle Credo Boys, Peter Moon, that you don't learn from a school. Like you learn that from like going to a beach and asking like an uncle to show you. And I feel like that was the gap that I wanted to fill in with like with ukulele.
For all the people without a beach and uncle.
Right, exactly. that knows those things. Because back in the day, you go to a beach, it's like uncle would show you like, oh, check out this chord. It's like, what is that? Like, I don't know, sounds good. And that's like kind of the approach. And now like people are like, okay, well this is the whatever, and these are the this is the breakdown, the music theory of it and whatnot. Back then, it was just press. Right, like that's what they say here, and I want to be able to provide that, and the breakdowns of the music theory part, but at the same time, the traditional kind of teaching of like just sit down and let me like show you some stuff.
Yeah,
doesn't
which
have
is great.
to be
Yeah,
technical.
I mean it's like playing.
You're the
it's like
uncle
music,
now.
Yeah, I'm glad to be the uncle.
I always thought it was
that.
sad, these beginner books that start you out like, here's how to read notes, and here's like the
Oh,
like,
jumping
oh
jam,
my
man.
God, it's gonna, people are gonna stop before they start. I mean, it's great to read and all like that, but yeah, I mean, music is a hearing art, and just being able to like be shown and start making music, and yeah,
I want to be that uncle. Let's all be that
empowering.
uncle.
You're on your way. Hey, so you have a family now as a...
I do, and it's ever so expanding. Like I'm actually expecting my second child in early February. Yeah, thank you. Late January, early February. So I'm stoked. And being a dad has been like one of the best things that ever happened in my life. Like just being able to watch this thing grow and learn things, and just like I am in charge of like teaching this person things. Yeah. It's amazing, and like you see yourself in this, in
it's
this
a different
person,
version of you,
right? And it's kind of like, man, this is cool. And I don't try to push music onto her. I don't try to push my my agendas or whatever, but she naturally just wants to pick it up because she sees me doing it and she wants to do it. And it's just like the greatest feeling of like, that is cool, like you're a little off too, but you're trying. No, but it's great, and it's just it feels really fulfilling, and it's kind of like going out touring and seeing all these people like playing our versions of songs, or like people telling us like, oh, I watched your tutorial for this, and I learned how to play this song from you guys. It's that same feeling times like 100, because it's now your own child that's like seeing what I'm doing and basically copying like the music that I'm making.
Give it some time. She won't want.
I know. I'm just enjoying it as as it is now. But she's in time she'll be her own person, and it's amazing and a blessing to watch her turn into like her own person. And with my second child and stuff, I get to watch another person grow and mature. Yeah. It's just kind of cool. But it's also scary, being responsible for a human being. If I look back at myself in high school and like, someone one day is gonna give that person a person, and it's a scary thing to think that like, yeah, I'm responsible for this person's life, but it's also
you have to like operate with a certain level of faith once you have kids, because you could worry about everything.
Right,
you have to kind of just let it.
let them be them, and it's you want to be a parent and you want to just like helicopter all over them and stuff, but at the same time you just gotta let them grow, and I've been trying to find like the right balance of like just watching her grow and be her own person, but at the same time like embed some good manners and just good thing.
One of the things that I heard a while back, I forgot from who, but they were talking about the importance or the benefit of children witnessing their parents immersed in something, like in artistic endeavor especially, it just them watching how you get into things kind of helps them realize they can let go and get into things like that. And
I was we play every Wednesday night over on Kauai and stuff, And my daughter was lucky enough to catch a couple of those shows, and in those shows, like I really go ham, you know, like I'll start playing my ukulele in the back of my head and stuff, and like that kind of thing. And like I'm playing all these songs, 2 hours of the whole set, and she goes home and she's like doing that thing, and she's like, just like you, right, Daddy? I'm like, oh, that's amazing, and it's just like that just fills you up, you know. And we had her like come up, and she's like, okay. And this is her idea. Like I didn't push her like at all. She's like, "Okay, Dad." It was like summer vacation. It's past summer vacation. She's like, "Okay, Dad, I'm gonna come with you to your show and I'm gonna sing a song." I'm like, "You are?"
Oh, you put it on Facebook, yeah?
Yeah. I was like, "You are gonna sing a song?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna sing Lava." I'm like, "Oh, okay. I guess I'll call you up and you can do your thing." And I gave her the mic and she just did it. And like after the song ended and people clapped for her and stuff. If you watch that video, there's a second where she like makes this face of like, this is great. This feeling of like of people clapping and like and encouraging, you know, like whatever she's doing. It's she caught the bug. I think she got
like,
bit by that
God,
stage
this is the
bug.
best.
Yes, and I think she's just gonna forever chase that dragon. You know? I think she got bit now. She's like, oh, this feels nice being on this stage and getting claps and, you know, people saying good job and stuff. So I'm kind of scared. Actually.
Yeah.
Because it gets harder and harder to get that.
Yeah, right.
As you get older, it's easy now, kid.
No, she's got a
Watch
lot
when
of
you're one
time.
of the uncles.
What about
And
you,
you gotta
Aaron?
follow Sungha.
Do you have kids, Aaron?
No.
Oh, gotta get you going. No,
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
ladies can hit him up at.
No.
He's taken.
Yeah.
A very committed relationship.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you guys are touring around now.
Yeah.
Back,
well,
it's kind of. Has it been up? You've been going for a while, or did the pandemic kind of keep things?
I mean, it hit us just because I don't know. And the one, you know, in the beginning up until like lately, people didn't know what was happening. So we're just to be safe. And it's not just us like keeping safe because we have to like go around and meet people and whatnot. We didn't want to cash something to somewhere and then go somewhere else and give it to all these people and whatnot. So it's just for the sake and safety of everybody. We're just like, okay, we'll just stop. So the last time we left was for the Brown County Uke Fest, which is in Indiana. That was in January of 2020, and I was paranoid to like be on a plane because like you heard it on the news around that time, kind of buzz and stuff. Like, oh man, I just went on a plane. Like, am I gonna be okay? Because it was a scary time, you know. But now I feel like it's time to go back out and and just meet our audience because there's a craving for live ukulele now, which is or just live music in general, you know. Mm-hmm. So we love going out. We love feeling that energy of people live because we're a live band, like myself and Aaron. Like we love that energy that that gets created between like artists and an audience. There's really no other way to describe that feeling that you get when there's just like a harmony between the two. You know, like they're vibing with you and you're playing just the right stuff. It's amazing, and I'm forever chasing that dragon.
Yeah, it's exciting though. Get back out there. And
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Feels good to travel too.
It is, But I mean, still got to be careful and whatnot. But at the same time, like when you get there, when you kind of like start seeing people, I think it's when it's go time, man. That surge of energy is gonna come through me, and I'm just like, oh, this is it. I'm so excited. I want to go on stage already,
Yeah, in fact, this is like the first in-person podcast since.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We haven't. I've.
Welcome back to the world.
Yes. I'm a hypochondriac, so I'm just like. I'm scared of everything.
I closed our store before they like even said to close down because it was like nobody knew at that point.
Yeah.
Like really early on, and then it was kind of like, okay, we can figure this out along the way, but
yeah.
And then a few months ago we all got COVID, so it was like. But it wasn't.
Thanks, Rob. No, I'm just kidding.
It wasn't bad.
I was still good.
Actually, Kalei didn't.
You didn't?
Kalei is just
the only person.
It's the V-neck.
No, actually,
So you're gonna catch it tonight because you didn't wear
I didn't bring my V-neck tonight.
That's
so.
like your Captain America shield. You forgot it. You messed up, buddy.
I don't know.
Speaking of which, I haven't seen you in a V-neck in a while.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
Trying
You're
something
thinking
new.
of Kalei 2018.
Yeah, that's Kalei 2015. Yeah,
I think that's the last time we traveled together, maybe.
oh no! When
It's
was
been
the
a long
last
time.
place we
I
went?
have no idea.
It wasn't Korea or Thailand or the Philippines.
Philippines was 2012, dude.
Whoa!
That can't be it because I didn't go the second time.
Mm,
But yeah, I don't know when the last time we traveled together.
it could have been around there, like 2015, 2016.
I think so. Maybe Korea. I think I met you in Korea.
Or we ran into each other at China.
That's
China.
true. That's right. China.
2016.
That was your first time in China?
Yeah. I remember walking on the bus and I was just like, why do I know everyone here? It's like the whole Hawaii crew.
Yeah,
Like
it is.
right
It's
here.
awesome.
Had the Susas.
Yeah, and
You guys were there.
you did Italy too, right? That same festival that I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Caldogno. I proposed to my wife at that festival in front of everybody.
Aw.
So when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, Kalei's doing that festival."
It was a long plane ride, I gotta
It
say,
was, but it was cool, man.
Yeah, it was a great-
Did you you were like 100% on the answer?
I mean,
you're doing it in front of.
The thing is, if she said no, I'm like, well, I'm a bachelor in Italy,
Hey!
so on tour.
Everybody, there's a lot of sympathy that could come from it.
Yeah. No, I mean, we've been dating for for a while. I believe 6 years at that point. So it's one of those like, either you do or
Yeah,
you don't.
yeah, yeah.
There's
She's
that.
probably like, finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I was I taught a workshop which is like I taught Noho Pai Pai, this Hawaiian song and stuff, and I was like we brought her over as like my what did we call, what was her official title? Something like publicist, like
Yeah,
photographer or something like that, because she is a photographer.
Yeah.
And so she came with me, and I fully intended to propose like at on that stage and stuff. So when I taught the workshop, she was there, so she knew that I taught them. So I went up on stage and I'm like, okay, we're gonna play that song that we learned today at the workshop. So Heather, can you come up and film this, because I want this I want this film. So come up on stage and film me playing with these amazing Italian people and stuff. So she goes on stage. I'm like, I got this. She's up on stage, right, So she goes up and she's like, oh, this is my girlfriend or whatever. Her name is Heather. Say hi, Heather. So she goes on, onto the microphone. She's like, hi. She turns around and I'm already like down on one knee and I'm like, will you marry me? And she's like, what are you doing? It's not like oh my god. She's like, what are you doing? and I, to this day, I rib her about it, and it's just like, what are you doing? She's like, stop. So that was it, because I told like Uncle Joe and Auntie Kristen, like, oh, here's my phone, I'm gonna propose, like I want a video of this and stuff. But it always goes in your head, like I should have taken like the microphone and said stuff. It was like the Italian audience didn't really know what was happening until like she said, after she said yes already. I was just on my knees, like, and on one knee, and I put up the ring and stuff, and then people are like, oh, he's proposing. That's what's happening on the stage right now, But it was cool, and I'm glad she said yes, and we are still married, and we're expecting her second child.
So romantic. I just asked my wife outside of Koa Pancake House in the morning.
I wish my wife asked me to marry her outside of a cold pancake house. I don't think I could say yes any faster than after a plate of pancakes.
That's awesome. So what do you guys think? Close it out with one more?
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
This is
No,
actually,
thank you.
On my Instagram feed, because I watch you guys a lot, and Instagram's like, I guess you like watching these guys. Like on my when you do the search or whatever, like on Discover, it's nothing but this podcast. So that's how I watch this show. It's just like
Tobias does that where I'll just send him. I mean, I just Dropbox all the videos.
Oh, yeah?
And he just chops them up and does that thing.
Yeah,
you know
the algorithm.
Tobias, right?
yeah.
Tobias Alof, yeah. He's
So
gonna
yeah, the
come back.
algorithm thinks it's like, oh, you must like watching these guys, so I'm just gonna keep showing you these guys.
That's awesome.
So that's so I've seen all the cool guests that you guys have. I'm like, one day when I grow up,
Oh my God. Well, you know how bad I am? I don't reach out to anybody, but thankfully Kaimana set this up. He's the best.
Mahalo Kaimana, mahalo Kanile'a.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome. You've been amazing to us in the Ukulele Underground crew. Been amazing to me in my career. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Kanile'a.
Joe, Chris,
Be one of the most epic podcasts.
Kaimana,
Kahiao, the whole family.
Yeah,
Awesome.
everyone. They're a great bunch.
Yeah, shout out. So, shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the Ukulele Underground people, the UUers, because they're awesome. Let's play one more song. Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, that's always the what do we play? That's
Welcome to our world.
That's
Well, I mean, I don't know how to top like One Day Soon is like the ultimate. We should have saved that last. Is what we should have done. But
Maybe like a slower kind of like chill kind of, or whatever. I don't know.
okay.
Actually,
do-
anything. It doesn't matter.
Let's do. Let's do Waiting in Vain, but then a chill waiting.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Wait, sorry, I was holding it in for like 20 minutes. It was just tingling. I'm like, oh. I don't have COVID, but I'm not sick.
No, all good. If I catch COVID from a legendary guitar ukulele player, it's like, this is legendary COVID.
It's Kalei.
I don't play guitar.
I think Kalei COVID.
So I'm out of this one.
Kind of like Sunday morning, like how that same vibe. I like that chill vibe. From the very first time I placed my eyes on you, girl, my heart says follow through. But I know now that I'm way down on your line. This waiting feels fine. But don't treat me like a puppet on a string. I know I can do my thing. Don't talk to me as if you think I'm dumb. 1 + 1 is. I wanna know when you're gonna come. You see, I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna for your love. You see, summer is here while I'm still waiting there. Winter is here and I'm still waiting there. Like I said, it's been 3 years since I'm knocking on your door. I'm still gonna knock some more. lots of griefs, but your love is my release. Tears in my eyes burn, tears in my eyes burn, while I'm waiting for my turn. You see, I don't want to wait in vain for your love. I don't want to wait in vain for your love. I don't want to wait in vain for your love. I don't want to wait in vain for your love. No, it's your love that I'm waiting on. It's my love that you're running from. It's your love that I'm waiting on. It's my love that you're running from. But no, 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 I, no, I, no, I, no, 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 I, no, I, no, I.
I love you guys.
I love you guys.
Hey. Sorry,
Slobby over here.
The harmony down.
Thank you, Aldrine.
I love you guys.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. And if you haven't already, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe, notification thing, and we will be coming back soon. There'll be a link below to the Ukulele Underground YouTube, and you guys know their website. You've probably been there many times. Thank you guys. I hope this isn't the last time. Anytime you're on Oahu, you are welcome to come have some fun over here.
Choke the water.
We gotta visit you guys in Kauai.
Please,
Yeah.
please do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta catch them at their Wednesday night gig at Oasis.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm actually going to
My
be
time
on
on
Kauai
us.
next month.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
We're
Amazing.
gonna be on Kauai next month.
For real?
Me too.
No, I'm saying I'm gonna be with you.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Go up
When-
to
when are you guys
Kokei.
coming?
Yeah. Yeah. Family thing next month.
Oh, if it's your
sometime,
family thing, I'll make it. I'll try to make something happen too. I want to
Yeah.
go.
Come over.
If
yeah,
you guys
that
have,
would
if
be
you guys
awesome.
have time, just text me and stuff.
I have to visit some
Please.
family up there too. So
Please.
Nice.
Just put Kalei in your suitcase.
Wow.
He
This
spends
guy.
the most overheads.
I do.
Look, you guys are that much different. Come on.
Yeah.
We
I
check
didn't say I did it.
We check each other.
Yeah. That's how
All
we get
right,
free
beautiful.
flights.
Love you guys. See you soon.
Right.
Aloha.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
Hey, thanks guys.
That was fun.
Epic.
Nice.
This is the crossover I've been waiting for.
Yeah.